There was a little bit of a stop, and everybody got off the train for a minute. And I saw a little hobby shop. I shouldn't say hobby shop. It's one of those shops that sells a little bit of everything. It's basically, they'll sell you a cupcake. They'll sell you a sandwich. They'll also sell you an iron. Those like, look, whatever you need to buy, we sell it. It reminds me of if you've ever seen the, what's that show? Good Times. Remember the show Good Times? Some of you do, some of you don't. And there was a guy, was it Good Times? It was one of those 70s shows. I can't remember what show it was. I think it was Good Times. And there was a guy named Lenny, and he always had appliances under his coat. My name is Lenny. And if I ain't got any, then that means there ain't in that. And he'd open up his coat and he'd have some kind of, I think it was a comedian named Dap Sugar Willie. And he would do this bit, he'd open up his coat and he'd have these appliances and crap, all sorts of stuff. And of course, when he opened up the other side of his coat, it would be something so outlandish that you couldn't believe someone had it under his coat. It was kind of like that. Man, my audience is old. The young people in the audience are like, nah, bruh. Well, now, just shut up, punks. You know what I'm talking about. Back to the story, damn it. So I walk into the store and I see a Walkman knockoff. And I remember what I paid for my Walkman. I think my Walkman was like $100 or something like that. So I'm going, and this thing was like $22. I'm going, how much of a hunk of crap is this for $22? But I was desperate, man. I didn't have my Walkman and I wanted to listen to my grooves. I also wanted to, I was like, all right. So I buy the thing. Hey, this is going to be good, my friend. You're going to love this Walkman. It's great. It's incredible. And I'm looking at him like, it's $22. Just give me the damn thing. I get back on the train. I put the tape in. I play it. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Did it sound as good as my Walkman? Hell no. It was a $20 Walkman. But it worked. Man, it chewed through the batteries twice as fast. But who cares? I had a boatload of batteries. It was okay. And that Walkman lasted the whole week. And even though it wasn't as good as a Walkman, my normal Walkman, it did the job. I could listen to my grooves. I could listen to my show playback. It was great because it, recorded. Oh, man, this is great. And as it turns out, decades later, that Walkman from that trip was the one in the box I was describing. Unbelievable. Only got a couple scratches on it, but those scratches came from back then. I actually had boxed it back up and put it away safely as a backup that I obviously decades later never needed, but it's still there. And I'm wondering, does this cheap crap Walkman, does it still work? Open up the box that was next to it, which had all my cassettes and CDs in them because I don't play those anymore because I'm hip and cool like you young kids. Yeah, I should not have said hip and cool. Shut up, punks. Back to the story. So open up the box and there it was, the exact same Prince and the Revolution Purple Rain soundtrack on cassette. The exact same one from back then. And this is the Walkman from back then. Decades, over 30 years. Will they work? Will the cassette player work? Will the cassette work? Let's find out. First thing I do, I have to flip over to the Walkman wannabe and open up the back. Because if there's a couple of batteries in there from back then, game, set, match. Because the acid from the battery will have long since exploded and ruined the damn device. Oh, hell no. Please, God, no. And there's no batteries in there. Yeah, Jack. Open up the cassette player. I slide the cassette in. Oh, yeah. At least the door works. Let me shake it up. It doesn't seem to be rattling, so I guess there's no broken parts in there. I wonder, it must have been in better condition than I thought when I put it in there. But what I need to do now is to get some batteries. Let me see what kind of batteries it takes. AA batteries, of course. I take some AA batteries out of my bowl of AA batteries. Yeah, I record a lot. I have lots of half-dead batteries. Shut up, punks. And I put two of the AA batteries in the back. And I press the rewind button. I don't want to press the play button right away because I don't know if the damn thing even works. I press the rewind button and it's rewinding the tape. Now, sometimes when these things get broken, they rewind slowly, but this is rewinding quickly at the speed it's supposed to. Then it stops. It's at the beginning. Do I dare press the play button? Because quite frankly, I mean, think about this. This thing has been played for 3 decades. The simple fact that it came on was surprising to me. And even though I don't listen to cassette tapes, because who the hell listens to cassette tapes? I didn't even know I had this thing in there. There's some nostalgia with this tape because it's my Purple Rain tape from the 80s. And even though I don't listen to it, I still don't want it chewed up. Do I press the play button and maybe rip this tape up? And I literally sat on an upside down box with this thing in my hand. And I didn't realize that 5 minutes had gone by because I was afraid to press the play button because I didn't want to chew up the tape. But curiosity got the best of my ass. Curiosity snuck up behind me and slapped me in the back of the head. Wow! Dude, you don't even play the tape, punk. Push the play button. So I pushed the play button. Because that's what I heard. That's the part of the tape before the music comes on. And I'm wondering, is it going to play the music? Dearly beloved. Whoa, it's playing the song. But even though the song was playing and I love that song, underneath the song was still. Now, was that always there? Because obviously we moved from cassettes to CDs, and CDs are digital music, cleaned up. There's none of that hisses and pops in the background. Were the hisses always there and we just didn't know they were there? Am I just aware of them now because I've been listening to digital music for the past 20-something years? And then I realized, yeah, those hisses and pops were always there. We just didn't know any better. You ever watch an old movie or an old TV show where you watching some old footage in the news and you see news footage from the 90s, which was not that long ago, and it looks lame compared to today's video? And you watch stuff from the 80s and it looks ancient, and from the 70s, you're going, what did they do? Rub a potato on the damn camera? But at the time, if you were around at the time, that was the best video that was available. You didn't know any better, but now you know better, and now I know better. It's amazing how that cheap crap Walkman sounded so good back then, but now I want to listen to it now. Hell no. I mean, even the headphones for those things back in the day, man. When you have a good Walkman, the headphone foam would last for a long period of time. You'd have your headphones on outside the earphones, and they had that foam around it that would cover your ear. Oh, man, with the cheap crap Walkman, you pull that thing off your head one time, rip. Now, all of a sudden, you got one foam on your left ear and no foam on your right, and people looking at you like, oh, it's one of them cheap-ass, punk-ass dollar store Walkman. Ha, 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 loser. Ha, 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 ha. It's amazing when you think back on it, man, because it was such a cheap crap Walkman, and the simple fact that I kept a hold of it just goes to show you. Because I don't like to spend money on dumb stuff to begin with, because a lot of people will spend money on stuff that doesn't make any sense. I don't spend a lot of money when you go to the grocery store. I don't buy all the damn, quote, name brand products. Hell no. Do you? Right? It's not like you can't afford some of the stuff, but let's be honest. Is it really that much better? Some things are. Some things aren't. I had some relatives and some friends that used to do that all the time. I remember I was hanging out with a friend of mine. We were shopping at the same time. We're hanging out in the supermarket, and I'm watching him buy these name brand products. I know what he made for a living, and I also know because I knew what he made for a living, his punk ass definitely didn't need to be buying all of that crap. And unfortunately, we were really cool friends. And as I'm watching him buy the stuff that I know he can't afford, I already know as I'm standing there that I'm not actually in a supermarket. I'm in a time machine. Why do I say I'm in a time machine? Because I can see in the future. And what do I see in the future? A phone call from this guy when he runs out of money a little bit like a day or two early. You know, I'm trying to nudge him. Hey, you know, I'm buying this cereal, which costs a lot less than that. Yeah, man, I don't like that cheap stuff. I like to buy the good stuff, man. And I'm going, oh, future me, boy. Future me is going to be mad right now. Future me is going to be mad. You go up to the thing and he buys the thing and he's already complaining as we're walking to our cars. Man, this stuff costs way more than I thought, man. But it's worth it. And I'm going, oh God. Apparently this parking lot's also a time machine because I can see the phone call that's going to be coming in 5.5 days. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Oh, he didn't call. Well, maybe he could afford that crap. Maybe I was wrong. Day 6. Hello? Yeah, man. I'll tell you, man. Ooh, boy, yeah.